Hey, y'all, it's Nick from Undefeated Productions, and we have a special segment coming up. The Home Run Derby is approaching. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be great. Drew, I know you're going to it. How you doing? Are you ready for it? Give me some insight.
Oh my God, I cannot wait to see Shohei Ohtani hit the living hell out of the ball. And I'm going to be out probably in right field wearing a bright orange shirt. I just did it on our last show, standing up, this tall, goofy guy. You're going to see the SF right here. I'll have a glove. Okay. I'll be vlogging it for YouTube for you guys. Okay. And oh my God, it is going to be incredible. So I can't wait for the Home Run Derby. I also can't wait for the All-Star game. I can't wait to see my boys in the orange and black and silver, gray. We got Kevin Gausman. We got Brandon Crawford. We got Buster Posey. I hope he plays, but I don't think he's going to. But we'll see how it goes. So I am super pumped, excited. I'm flying into Denver on Sunday morning. Hell yeah, man.
I think we have to get it out of the way, by the way. You mentioned it, All-Star game, orange and black. They're not really wearing orange and black. They're wearing the worst jerseys I've ever seen in my life. These All-Star game jerseys suck. I just had to get that off my chest.
Okay.
But anyways, so the Home Run Derby, what we're going to do is we're going to go round by round really quickly, give predictions. We're going to start out off with the 1-8 seed. I think the most entertaining matchup in the entire bracket, Shohei Ohtani versus Juan Soto. Who you got?
Oh my God, Ohtani. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Soto can put together. But this man, I mean, we need to talk about this guy, okay? We got to talk about Shohei Ohtani. He is the modern day Babe Ruth. But I almost think what he's doing is more impressive. He's doing it in an era where everyone's throwing 95 plus, okay? He's playing the outfield, and he's hitting the ball both, to both sides of the field, center field, right field, left field. And he's comfortable. And on top of all that, he's not from this country. He probably doesn't speak very good English. I've never really heard him speak, but he probably doesn't speak very well. This guy, what he's doing, and this is going to be Shohei Ohtani week. ESPN is all over this. He's going to be the focus. And I just can't wait to see this matchup. Juan Soto, he can hit, but Ohtani he's going to be tough to beat in this competition. I'm telling you. Shohei.
All right. So for round one, this is tough. I think this is, like I said, the best, best round there's going to be. I have Ohtani by a very small margin, and I'll tell you why next round. But I have Shohei Ohtani winning the first round versus Juan Soto. I think Ohtani, when he connects, that ball is going to be flying. You better have your glove ready because they're either going to be deep moon shots to right center field or they're going to be hard line drives down the right field line. So be ready out there in right field, orange stuff. Watch them on TV.
Hopefully my daughter survives his rounds.
Yeah, don't get her trampled. But the next round we got Pete Alonso versus Salvador Perez. Who you got?
This pains me. It really does pain me because I hate the Mets. But this is Pete Alonso, man. I mean, Pete Alonso, he's going to stroke the ball. He's got a great swing. He can hit the ball again to all fields. I mean, Salvy's had a great year. Don't get me wrong. But I want to say maybe he's only been in one of these competitions, if that. And, I just don't know if he's the kind of guy that's going to do well in this kind of a competition where, you got to have that endurance. You got to be in good shape to win a home run derby. It has been proven that these guys, they really perspire during this thing. It's not easy. Remember when we went out and we played, we were hitting, I was hitting off your buddy Connor when he was pitching the ball. I got tired after 20 swings, okay? It is not easy to take batting practice. It is not easy to hit home runs. It is not easy to do all of that in front of millions of people when you don't have that much margin for error. And I just think Pete Alonso has got more margin for error than Salvy Perez does.
Easiest prediction yet. Salvador Perez, I don't think, built for this competition. He's huge. He's a catcher. He'll have the endurance, but I just think his swing, it relies so heavily on the pitcher providing the power. So I think Pete Alonso, he has the experience. defending champion, Pete Alonso, all the way. Next up, we have another entertaining round. We got Joey Gallo versus the hometown hero, Trevor Story. Who you got?
Well, I'm a homer. I've always been a homer. I'm going with the hometown kid, the 7 seed. I am. I'm thinking this is where Joey Gallo, he gets a little bit too big for himself, gets a little too confident. You know, he's and Trevor Story, he's the only good thing that can happen to this Rockies team. You know, it's the only good thing that can happen for them this weekend. You know that the team, historically, they always get behind the hometown hero in this competition. You know, we've seen it in the past. So I
Harper.
think, I know, Harper, oh my God. This guy, he can hit the ball, and he is so comfortable in that ballpark. He knows exactly where the sweet spots are in that ballpark. When you talk about left center field, left field, I think he's just going to play pepper with basically that area behind the left field bleachers. It actually makes me almost want to get seats out in left field because I believe there are more right-handed hitters in this competition than there are left-handed hitters. But just to be there for Ohtani would be worth it. But I think I'm going to give the nod to Story in a very close, and I think maybe the most interesting first-round matchup.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the hardest round to predict. And, you know, I want to go with Story. I think Story will do great, but Joey Gallo in VP, it's what's bringing me right back is him and his home run derby. I watched a video a couple years back of him in the old Ranger Stadium talking about hitting home runs and hitting VP. It was him taking VP. My golly, the baseballs he hits. And it's just so effortless. He's so strong. All he has to do, hit the barrel. But I think this could be a very entertaining round. You know, like you said, Trevor Story knows the ballpark. Joey Gallo has the strength. It's effortless for Joey Gallo. This, I think, is going to come down to the last 30 seconds, you know, last couple swings. But I ultimately think Joey Gallo, he has a higher seed. I think he is going to ultimately come out of this on top in this round. And the final round, one of the most lackluster rounds. But hey, we got a Bay Area kid, plays for the Bay Area team. Matt Olson versus Trey Mancini. Who you got?
I want to go with Mancini. It's such a great story, you know. It really is. It's heartfelt, and I think it is going to give him a bit of an edge. But Olson, man, he's tough to pick against. This guy can hit moonshots. You know, I've seen him personally this year in batting practice and in the game. He hit some of the longest, highest home runs you'll ever see out of anyone in this competition, even maybe further than Shohei. He's also a left-handed hitter, and I'm going to be sitting in right field, so I'm kind of rooting for Olson to hit more homers. I'm going to take Olson in a close, somewhat close matchup. I don't think Mancini's going to do very well. I think he's more of the heartfelt kind of, cancer survivor kind of guy. But I'm going to go with Olson in this one. And again, reps to the Bay Area, even though I'm not an A's fan.
Yeah, so I think Matt Olson wins this, but I don't know how well they're going to enforce the rule. I was going against Kyle Schwarber because I kind of had a thing in MLB The Show that I played that I picked Kyle Schwarber over Harper in the final round, so I was going for Schwarber, but I don't know how closely they're going to enforce the timer because I know you're not supposed to throw a pitch until the last one ends. Again, we haven't really seen it. They haven't really been forced on it, but like you said, towering home runs, I don't know if that's going to play a factor. Mancini's home runs, they've been a lot more on a line, a lot less tall in the air, a lot, not as hard per se, but I think they get out, they're not as loopy. I think the average will get out faster than Olson's. So if that is something that they really crack down on this year, Mancini has more of a shot, but overall, Olson, I think he wins. Going on to the next round, Shohei Ohtani versus Pete Alonso. We both had the same prediction. Who you got?
Shohei. I think he's getting to the finals. I really do. I just don't think there's any stopping him. I think he's on a mission this year to win MVP, to win Home Run Derby, to win All-Star Game MVP. I think he is just on a mission. This guy, I think the thing that people don't realize about him is he's a competitor. He's a silent assassin, competitor, whatever you want to call him. The bigger the moment, the bigger he comes up. And I think Alonso, yeah, he won it last time. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think Shohei is going to beat him, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, so like I said with the first round, there's something about Shohei that I read that turns me a little bit off from his performance. He has not hit BP one time this year. And you talk about endurance and how that plays a factor in this. Pete Alonso is advancing this round because Shohei Ohtani is going to be gassed. He's going to give it all he has in the first round. And since he hasn't hit BP yet this year, I read that and I was just blown. I was like, before going into this, Shohei Ohtani, he's winning the entire thing. He's so good. He has not hit BP this year. That, to me, that's a red flag. I don't like that. You see it in the past, Vladdy against Pete Alonso, last home run derby. Vladdy tired out so much in that last round. I think Pete Alonso, he's done it in the past. He's defending champion. Ohtani hasn't hit BP this year. I don't know how much that's going to play. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe that's a cover up or something. I don't know. But overall, with that news that I read, and that was from a big reporter too, John Heyman, Ken Rosenthal, one of these big guys that I read that from. But Bob Nightingale, maybe. He's always wrong. Bob Nightingale, maybe. But Pete Alonso, I think, takes Shohei Ohtani. If that's a cover-up, Shohei Ohtani, I think, wins it. But the fact that I've read that and he hasn't done it, I believe it. I have not seen any video. Normally you have guys hitting BP, right? You see videos of it. I have not seen one video of Ohtani hitting BP this year. I think Pete Alonso take this round because Ohtani hasn't hit BP before.
I'll let you go with that.
Posey on the 10-day IL. Okay, so next round. We picked differently. You had Story, you had Gallo. We both had Olsen. Who you got in this one?
You know what? This is an interesting one because the hometown hero, is still there. But I'm gonna go with Olsen. I think this could be a very special event for Matt Olsen. He is built for this. Remember, what is this tournament? What is this competition about? It's about getting the ball up in the air. It's about driving the ball. If there's one thing Matt Olsen can do, it is drive the baseball and get it up, get that launch angle. He is the master. And he also is a guy that's in tremendous shape. Again, I've seen him take batting practice in Oakland. He literally just runs away with that. He wins batting practice every night. Story's going to run out of gas here, and Matt Olsen is going to take it to the finals.
Yeah, and, I have Gallo Olsen here. And, I have not seen Olsen take BP. I'm taking your word for it. But I think this is going to be a close round. I want Gallo to move on. I'm not sure how well the endurance is going to play part of it. It's so effortless for him. But at the same time, when that effort turns power, I don't know how much he's going to tire out. He's always wanted to play one of these, but I think it'd just be a little bit more of an edge for Olsen here. I think he's going to swing it a little bit better than Gallo here. I think Olsen moves on. Gallo, I think, is going to gas out towards the end. Final round. You have Ohtani Olsen. I have Alonso Olsen. Who you got?
I've got a feeling. And I want to go with Ohtani. I think Ohtani is the star of the show. But how many times have we seen it? A guy that, everyone picks to win it. Everyone thinks he's going to do it. Gets to the finals, like Vladdy 2 years ago. And they kind of run out of gas. And I just have a feeling about Matt Olsen. You wake up in the morning or you have a dream and you kind of envision who's going to be holding up the trophy. And for some reason, I just see this lanky looking, normal looking dude holding the thing up and everyone being like, who the hell is Matt Olsen in the crowd? I think it's going to happen.
Yep. And I already have that vision in my head. Pete Alonso defends it. Back to back. I don't know if we've seen a back-to-back home run derby champion before. I think Pete Alonso, he's on a mission. He's made for this. I think that he is ultimately going to come through. He has the experience. He had Vladdy. You look at this last year, I think Vladdy and Alonso, those were the two most talked about names. I think this year, Gallo, Ohtani, and Alonso. I think Gallo and Alonso are ultimately going to make it. Ohtani and Gallo probably the two most talked about. I don't think they either make it, but Alonso with the experience, with the power, balls are just going to fly out of Coors to left field. Coors has always been, favored to the right-handed hitter in, length and power because there's just so much more space. That wall in right field's a little bit taller. So, I don't know if that's going to play a factor on the line drives, but ultimately, I think Alonso defends it. He's going to be holding that thing. I don't know if he's going to have his polar bear chain back again, but ultimately, I have that vision. I'm a Mets fan too. Call me biased. I don't care. I was rooting for him last year. Alonso, you got this. You're winning again. Back-to-back champs.
Homer.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching our home run derby predictions. Let us know who you guys have winning in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe as always, and we will see you guys in the 3-2 Pitch podcast coming up later this week. Thanks for watching.